Hello. I've been thinking about power because, it's something that's always confused me. Why do people want power? Like, what are you getting from this? I don't understand it, because I don't have any interest in that kind of thing. I've never understood why someone wants power. And I've worked out, I think it's because people who want it don't really understand what it is. You know? Power is responsibility. That's what it is. The more power you have, the more responsibility you've got. It's as simple as that. That's all it is. And they get it very confused. The kind of people who are in positions of power think, right, I'm the top now, I'm the boss, my word is the law. And that's not what power is at all. And people who think that's what power is should be kept as far from positions of power as possible because they don't get it. They really don't get it. Power is responsibility. When you become head of a country, you are now in the position that everything happening underneath you is happening because you're at the top, and it's happening underneath you that particular way because you're the boss and you say so. So, everything that's going wrong is your fault. When you're at the top, everything's your fault. Because you should have done better. You should have hired better people. You should have not let that mugger take a position of power and thieve money off people. You should have vetted everyone perfectly. You should have done the job perfectly. You should have been responsible. And people in power lack responsibility. That's all it is. They lack responsibility. They think they can fob off their mistakes onto other people. Like, oh, forget about that. That was a mistake, but it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter because that's that person's fault. It's got nothing to do with me. No, it's all got everything to do with you. You're in the most responsible position. The buck stops with you. That's as far as it goes. It can't go any further. You're at the top. You're the boss. You're the man. Everything's your fault. Fucking fix it. If you can't fix it, you don't deserve the position. Get out. And we're voting people in that are just like complete lunatics who are just getting into positions and saying, right, this is how it is, telling you, oh, this is what I'm going to do when I get into power. Then when they get into power, no, this is what I'm actually doing. See, look. But I said I was going to do this all along. No, those tapes, complete lies. They're forgeries. I never said that at all. No such thing did I say. All nonsense. Power. Anyone who wants power should be kept as far from it as possible until they really know what it is. Because once you truly know what power is, you won't want it. You won't. No. Who wants that? Who wants to be responsible for everybody else's well-being? Because when everyone's well-being is shit, it's your fault. But you see, that's the funny thing about these days. They've got the media to manipulate everyone and make you think that it's not their fault, that somehow it's your fault. You're doing everything they've told you to do, but it's still going wrong. Must be your fault. Must be how you're applying it, right? Because it's not the system that's at fault. It's definitely you, not the system. The system's perfect. It's running exactly as it's supposed to be running. And it is running exactly as it's supposed to be running. It's just not in your benefit. Wake up, people. Terrible, man. Get out of power. Get out of power. You don't need it. No one needs it. No one can be responsible for entire countries. When it gets to the point where you're responsible for people you'll never meet in your life, that's too far. Back in the day when there was tribes, then a chieftain would know everybody in the tribe. He would know exactly who he was responsible for, and he would know exactly how his decisions impacted everyone. There'd be no escaping from it because it would be right there in your face. Now we've got people in positions of power and they don't see any of the consequences of their poor management skills. That's the problem. Entire countries being ran by people who don't see the results of their foolish actions. And somehow it's normal, it's perfectly normal to vote for this type of system. It's too big. We have too many people. We need to be broken down into smaller constituent groups. We need communities again. Villages, towns, whatever, break them down. Break them down, because too many people, too many fingers in too many pies, and too much greed and too much cruelty and too much corruption. Too much corruption in positions of power, because no one knows what power is. Well, I've told you now, so now you know. So now you're better warned. Anyway, have fun with that.